and decide on the particular facts of a particular case how it should go. And obviously, there's a huge compelling interest that we protect our children.
I'll go back here. Then Bob will come to you. Yes, sir.
Well, with regards to the Illinois bill, that one passed with an amendment including an anti-discrimination language in the bill that protected lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual rights in relation to like the Civil Rights Act from being violated at the same time. So I was wondering, would it be possible to pass that language after this bill is already passed here?
It would always be possible to have an amendment next year if somebody offers it up and it's considered, of course. I think it's too late for this year, isn't it? The governor's already.
But the bill does not touch the existing what's called human rights ordinances that certain cities have around the state. It does not in any way invalidate those, leaves intact. Again, it just, if someone is accused of violating those, then we now know what the test will be. The court will use to decide whether, in fact, they did violate those ordinances, or whether their rights were they were within their rights. So.
Yes, sir.
No, two questions. First of all, I'm a big believer when I get frustrated at all levels of government with what I call efficiency and productivity. I understand certain activities belong in the executive branch of government, certain activities in the legislative branch, and so on. But I get very frustrated, and I kind of understand, I guess, I don't take this personally, you get elected or re-elected, people in the legislative branch like appointments. I introduced this, I did that, I promoted this, and that's fine. Except I don't get a warm, comfortable feeling about unintended consequences, number one. And number two, coming from a business background, when we would develop a new strategy, one of the things we always built in was, let's take a look and see if it's really doing what we thought it was doing. A good example of this, of course, is the BMV. All of these crazy, I lived in one state where, guess what, everybody paid the same price, not on license plate. Took you 5 minutes to renew your plate. Instead, we end up with these complicated systems that ultimately don't produce any more revenue, don't serve the public well. So I guess my question is, what can be done to cause legislative activity to then look back and say, did we really get it done? Was it really necessary, and was it productive? And then I guess, I hate to do this, but I can't resist it. With respect to this religious bill or whatever, I guess as a citizen, my question is, what earth-shattering development or crisis or situation are we trying to, what are we trying to fix with this legislation? I guess. And I understand, I'll hear it again, about, well, we're directing the courts. Well, okay, but at the end of the day, the court is going to deal with me or you. So what is it, what's going on out there that we're trying to fix? Are we going to have another massive unintended consequence?
Well, I can respond with the question about RIPA. First of all, that is a very established law, and it's worked very well for 20 years, or you would have heard about it, and it works at protecting people's rights. In Indiana, the reason we need it is that we don't have that compelling interest standard, judicial review standard in our law. It's less than clear. We have court cases that don't rise to that level, that don't protect our religious beliefs significantly enough. And so what do we do? We look at laws that have worked for decades, and we pattern them completely after that. And that's what this RIPA is. It's the same law that's on the national level and in several states. So I think that, again, that's the fact that it has worked so well is frustrating from our perspective, because I don't know if that message is getting out there, but it isn't. And that's part of the frustration. With respect to studying, making sure that we minimize unintended consequences, we do the best we can in this process. And you'll see a number of issues every year go to what's known as summer study committee, where where the bill is advancing through the process and it just becomes way too complicated. There are a lot of moving parts, and we are just not feeling comfortable passing it this year. And because of unintended consequences, and they get assigned to a committee, and legislators spent a great deal of time throughout the August, September, October studying these things and looking into experts that know the best practices in those areas. So